Cancer tore apart my family. It threw me into a dark night of the soul and left me feeling totally lost. How could my mom and dad be taken from me so quickly? It was as if I didn't even get a chance to say goodbye. No amount of days would have been enough. It should never have happened the way that it did. Cancer's causes and its cures were known and available, and we, just like countless others, were not aware.
You know, I lost my parents to cancer, and it really literally devastated me for a long time. But it's because of that story, it's because of what happened to me that inspired me to write the books on cancer and to do this research. So I'm so happy to be able to provide this information. It can help them to save their life or the life of someone that they love.
And it's not just the people that are dying of cancer that are suffering, the families are suffering. And my family's suffering now. You know, Dad died, he went straight to heaven. And so his suffering's over now. But the people that are left is who's suffering. You know, the families that are left are who's suffering. You know, my kids, I'll get it together here in a second. My 4 kids, they never met their granddad.
So I'm so happy to be able to share this information with people today and to get this information that's so powerful to the masses so that it can help them to save their life or the life of someone that they love. So that you don't miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime to get this information to you and to your friends and your family and join the movement.
The video's Truth About Cancer was not about medicine. It was about more than that. It was about hope. It was about where to go and what to do and what's out there for you.
So I believe that the Truth About Cancer has important and valuable information for everybody, and the take home from this is just incredible. Like I said, I'm living proof. I feel amazing.
Taking my parents through conventional treatment, through chemo, through radiation, I realized that there was a missing piece. There was a gap because they were really only looking at the actual tumor. They weren't looking at how to support the entire individual and what that meant.
A lot of Kenyans are scared of getting cancer because the story we have is once you have it, it's a death sentence.
Doctors told me that I have very little time to live, just 2 or 3 weeks to put my things in order, and there are no chances to cure my condition. They suggested chemotherapy, but just to lessen my symptoms and maybe eventually give me some time, but that was it.
The system is broken, doesn't work well, and that in this world is a very, very difficult thing.
I've been nursing for 36 years in a variety of healthcare settings, but most recently in oncology, in a chemotherapy suite where I deliver chemotherapy to patients. I watched The Truth About Cancer, and after the first episode, I realized that I couldn't continue to do what I do, that I was administering toxic medication to people, and I couldn't continue to do that anymore. It just didn't feel right.
And now, 8 months later, I don't have any cancer on my soft tissue. My bones are almost all clean. I have just few spots on my bones, and that's it. Even though they were telling me that I will die immediately, I told them that I will be their next miracle and I'm not going to die. I say, don't wanna and I don't need to die.
I absolutely believe it's saving people's lives, and I'm just so sad that my godfather, who was one of my most important mentors, unfortunately died of cancer before this series came out, because I just wish I had access to some of this material, because we would have flown him anywhere. He died with £500,000 in the bank, and that was money that could have been spent on these extraordinary groundbreaking therapies. And so I just want everyone to watch this, and I share it constantly so that we can get the message out so we don't have to lose another extraordinary person. I think a lot of people feel that some of these cancer therapies are outside their reach, but there's so many that are absolutely affordable, because everyone can afford flax seeds, everyone can afford beautiful greens, everyone can forage for dandelions. If we know that these beautiful things exist, then people can empower themselves for only a few dollars a day.
Around 2004, October, that's when I lost my mom. It was a big struggle, actually, from hospital to hospital before she was diagnosed with multiple myeloma. And the doctor told us, actually, we have now to make her comfortable because from that condition, she can't be cured. It was very traumatizing. And at this point in time, we were ready to spend any amount of money to really have a cure. So we struggled with that for about 2.5 years until she finally succumbed. But for someone as humble as my mother, who lived in the countryside, they had every health food to eat, fresh from the farms. My family was actually ready to do anything. We spent quite a lot of money locally. We could have spent much more if at all we knew there is hope. The information we have now is that there is hope. We didn't know then that cancer is curable. My plea to the people of Africa is, and Kenya in particular, is that once we get the truth about cancer, we need not worry and we need not fear.
I'm grateful we have a foundation like the truth about cancer, because they help save millions of people in Africa.
That documentary should go to everybody in Africa so that they can wake up, because people are not aware of the scourge of this disease. They are not aware about it. They should be given awareness. And that's why I was saying even leaders should take action so that they stand in the right direction of curative process and a preventive process.
If I did have the exposure I have today about cancer, my mother perhaps could not have died.
I was a naturally fit guy, played a lot of sport in my youth, into my 30s, never smoked. I was only a social drinker, and I just thought this would never happen to me. And it hit me like a sledgehammer. I just never thought I'd have to face the prospect of having cancer of any form. And I suppose it just sent me into a spin, like it would all men, I would imagine. You know, a million thoughts go through your mind. What if this is it? Am I going to overcome it? What about my family? I used to correspond with all of the guys, my mates from my youth in England, around the world, and a couple of them were living in Vancouver. And funnily enough, after one of the guys' names was Gary, he was the heart and soul of the party when we were younger, and we used to go out. He had a pain in his side and thought he'd get checked out, and unfortunately Gary had really advanced liver cancer. That was the time at which I thought I was going to pack this thing in, because it just overwhelmed me at that point. Although Gary passed away about 5 weeks later in his house, he wanted to die at home. It was Gary that spurred me on. Sorry. just hard talking about it and recalling it. Yeah, it was Gary's death that made me think, well, you know, God, if Gary's been through all that, sure to God, I can complete this program, you know. So, Ty, thank you very much for what you've done for me too. And thank you for getting back to me when I sent my story to you. I had no idea you would reply to me, but I'm really thankful to today that you did, because we wouldn't be here today if you hadn't. So thanks once again, Ty. I really appreciate it.
The truth about cancer is part of us, my wife and I. It's just, without those sequenced videos, I wouldn't be here.
To me, as a healthcare professional and being a registered dental hygienist, finding this, and to me, even what I was taught in school is surgery, radiation, you gotta do it. And I got mad at him. At first, he said, no, I'm not gonna go through the 16-hour surgery. And I'm like, what are you talking about? That's the only way we have. That's what we have to do. And he's like, no, I'm not doing it. This is not right. Honestly, God put that path. God put Truth About Cancer, Ty and Charlene, right in front of us, showing us, okay, this is your way, go for it.
People just need this information so badly, and until now it's been kept under locks. And that's why I think Ty and his team are so brave, is because a lot of these techniques are outside of regulation or a paradigm that accepts it. And to be the pioneer and to stick your neck out is often a very dangerous thing. And so I just that bravery is so important, and somebody had to do it, and thank goodness you guys did.
Everything that him and his family have done for so many people, taking all their own time to make this information available for people. It was very exciting to see him in person, and his wife. They're both fantastic.
It really touched me. It's not just what they've done, but it's how they've done it. That was why I wanted to come down, was to say thank you. Really, really great.
So the Truth About Cancer won't only help you, give you the tools to deal with, beating cancer, but it will also give you incredible information to help prevent cancer. It made me feel like I had hope that, stage 4 isn't a death diagnosis, and especially seeing like survivor stories at the end, it just made me feel like I can do this. I'm going to attack this, and I'm going to come out winning, and I don't give up. So it's given me a lot of hope, inspiration, and yeah.
I want you to watch the series because you can prevent so many illnesses that could be in your future. So you're at a sliding doors. You are at an opportunity right now to prevent many chronic diseases. Maybe watching this series will prevent you from having a cancer, or maybe it will prevent type 2 diabetes because you take the road less traveled. And I want this for you. I want you to feel that juicy vitality that comes from eliminating all these toxins. And you owe it to yourself.
Get a hold of the series of The Truth About Cancer. You are absolutely worth it. And that means make yourself a priority. Take the time, spend the time, and really understand what you can do to better support your health and make those changes, and start today.
If it wasn't because of the Truth About Cancer, my husband, honestly, it could have been anywhere. I can't even think about it, but I'm sure with the radiation, especially in his case, radiation of head and neck, it's very, very harsh.
And if you really want to get rid of cancer, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
I mean, this is just a passion that we both have, and it's a joy. We desire to help others not to have to suffer as we saw his father suffer and as we had to suffer when we said goodbye. That was very difficult. And our lives were forever changed because they were so loving, and these children are so sweet. we take turns. Sometimes we say, oh, if they were only here, if they were only here, they would be beating down our door to get to these children. Yeah, that's still difficult. We still both have a difficult time with that. And we have to remind each other that there is purpose, there is a reason, and we get to tell the children the wonderful stories that I'm telling you now about their amazing grandparents.
So many people are able to wake up to the beautiful truth that cancer does not have to be a death sentence. So all of our suffering,
it's worth it. And that's what Dad told you.
Getting this truth to you and your loved ones has been the best way for me to honor my precious mother and my father. If this message and mission is valuable to you and it has touched your life, please consider supporting our mission by owning the Truth About Cancer, a global quest. This will enable us to continue to travel the world as we're considering on embarking through Asia on a quest for the answers in this continent full of ancient wisdom, continuing this important work of providing you and your loved ones free information, helping to save countless lives. And this work will be done because of your support, and you will be helping us take the message to more people that would have never heard these life-saving truths. Help yourself, help your loved ones, and also help our mission in the process. Own the Truth About Cancer, a global quest. Gold or silver edition today. You'll be glad that you did.